right, folks, day 2 in the Champagne region yesterday was, of course, a great night, and thanks again to Jean-Baptiste and Hélène and the wonderful family for the dinner. What are we going to do today? We're going to continue champagne drinking, tasting, but foremost learning. And what better place than at one of the oldest and most important producer of champagne, the Drapier. I'm gonna meet up with Michel Drapier, which, believe it or not, is 7th generation. Yes, you heard that right, 7th generation champagne producer. He happens to be also the president of the Drapier Champagne. So the next amount of minutes, we're just not gonna give you an amount because it's gonna be about learning about champagne, talking about champagning, all those small details that you and I just simply don't know, and you'll have to come here to learn them. So don't go away. All that after the break. I'm Daniel, and you're watching My Second Home. Drapier is one of the most respected champagne producers in all of France. For 7 generations, yes, 7 generations, the family has produced champagnes of the highest quality and recognized as one of the 1,000 finest wines ever made. The winery is located within an old monastery, and we were privileged to get a private tour from Michel Drapier himself. All right, we are in the cellar right now, and I guess what's next? Where are we, and where are you taking us on this journey?
We are in Champagne, in the south of Champagne, in a little village called Urville, at the Drapier cellars. Champagne Drapier has been producing champagne for 200 years. Now, these cellars have been built 850 years ago by Saint Bernard de Clairvaux, a monk from Burgundy, who moved from Burgundy to Champagne. And he brought in his luggage the precious Morillon Noir, which is the ancestor of the Pinot Noir, the red variety, beautiful grape. And this grape is black with the blue skin, but the juice inside each berry is white. So to produce champagne, we press very gently to extract the white juice and remain the red color with the skins. And when we want to produce champagne rosé, we mix the two for a few hours, not too long, otherwise it would be too dark, and then we make a beautiful champagne rosé
and that's what gives the pink tone.
Exactly.
To the color. Okay.
Yes, from the skin. Most champagne rosé are a mix of red and white. Although 97% of champagne rosé are a blend of 10% of red wine and 90% of white. But at Drapier we like to make things very natural, very genuine. So we do the rosé process by fermentation of the skin and the juice, so that it gives really the true color. It's like massive gold. It's not plated, it's a true rosé. You'll try it after.
All right, so let's go on.
This is the original stairs used by the monks in the old days.
Okay.
Because we blocked it with bottles, because it's the only thing we know here, so we put bottles everywhere. But that was the original entrance of the cellar.
Okay.
So this is a stairs used by Saint Bernard de Clairvaux himself.
So he would come down here and
Yes.
check on his bottles
Yes.
Okay.
And this is where we have some vintages, magnums of 92, 82, 96, great vintage, and fantastic Carte d'Or vintage 1959, which was a very good year. I was born in 59.
Oh yeah, well.
At the moment, Japan is a very big market for us. Hong Kong would be number 2. China is increasing, Korea, and all the other countries, but on smaller scale.
Right.
But Asia altogether is a booming market.
Isn't it?
It's a sparkling market.
So where are we standing right now?
This is where we produce the Grand Cendré,
Okay.
which is our prestige cuvée, a special bottle. You saw the bottle down deep in the cellar. It starts here in this Forêt de Tronchet oak, which is the best oak for the Pinot Noir and the Chardonnay. The oak is very dense, very fine, and the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir are very, very exquisite varieties. So an American oak or a too rustic oak would not do. It needs to be a very elegant oak. It takes 200 years to have the right length of the tree to produce this type of big foudre, because the size of it is ideal for the surface of wine in contact with the oak. A barrique would be too oaky for Champagne. So we like to have a good balance between an oaky and non-oaky wine. Champagne must be fresh, must be appealing, not heavy on the taste buds.
Right. Never aggressive or
Never aggressive and never the tannin is okay for a cognac, is okay for a Bordeaux, but for Champagne it must be subtle. So this type of oak is absolutely fantastic, and we have 15 of them, and we keep all the Champagne base wines to be bottled in Grand Cendré vintage and Millésime Exception for Drapier. The non-vintage will be mostly from standard steel tanks to keep it fresh, but for the vintage we like it to have more complexity.
Nice.
Well, it's all full, always full.
All right. So what do we have here?
We
It
have
looks huge.
Nebuchadnezzars. It's 20 bottles each.
So in every single of these bottles, it's the equivalent of 20 bottles of champagne.
Yes, but I'll show you. We have the double size. We have a Melchizedek, which is a double Nebuchadnezzar, which means 40 bottles in one bottle. So it's a good size for a small party, but with some friends. Not too many friends.
Not too many though.
So when the remuage starts, the bottle is lying down, the sediment is on the flat part, and every day we will turn every bottle 8 turn on the right, so that the sediment slips slowly towards the cork. And at the end of the process, the bottle is standing up with the sediment totally against the cork here. Then we will uncork every bottle, remove the sediment, and put the brand new cork. And you're lucky because today we are disgorging upstairs, so you will see that process.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The locals of the Champagne region have been producing champagne since the 17th and the 18th centuries. Principal grapes of the region: Chardonnay, Pinot Noir, and Pinot Meunier. Spread among the more than 300 villages, there are more than 5,000 wine producers. We hooked up with Bastien for another beautiful ride through the countryside in his sweet little Mercedes-Benz. We were on our way to visit a friend whose family owns the third largest amusement park in all of France, called Nigloland. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So you're gonna take me inside?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Here we go. It's true. We are the third biggest theme park in France, and we have more than 40 rides in the park. This wonderful hotel you will see after. We have a lot of different theme area, and next year we will open one of the biggest roller coaster in France. Very fun. 2004 would be our year in France.
Is it very family oriented? So
Yeah.
you get a lot of families that
This
come
is
in here?
from 2 years old till 90 years already. We have different rides for all the family, for young people, for kids, older people. That's for everyone.
And it seems to me, I mean, besides being a beautiful 4-star hotel, it's very conveniently located, just 100 meters from the park itself.
Yeah, exactly. We want our guests to travel, even if they can go to Caribbean or just stay 1 or 2 days there. They need to travel, far from their house, from Paris. They come here and they are already in the park when they stay in our hotel.
One of Jean-Baptiste's good friends produces a very special champagne in a small factory, and we stopped by to talk to him about his process. The day is continuing, we're having a great time, and we're visiting actually my favorite champagne so far during this trip, which is called Pure and is made by a good friend, Christophe. We're here at his place, and he's gonna show us around what his smaller but so much better production is all about. So next few minutes is gonna be about Pure champagne and much more. I'm Daniel, and you're watching my second home.
La liqueur, c'est quoi? C'est du sucre de canne et du vin. D'accord? Quelques minutes, le procédé pour fabriquer du champagne. Voilà.
Good, very good. I thought it was very, very thoughtful. It was a little bit different than the first viewing we had, and that means that everybody's very, very passionate for whatever they do. In this case, high-end champagne. We're gonna go for a short break, and me, Christophe, and Jean-Baptiste is there. We're gonna go back and maybe taste some more champagne. I'll see you right after the break. I'm Daniel, and you're watching my second home. So basically what he's saying that it's only about 10 meters from here because of the soil, and in fact he always tries to put pieces of different wood to keep the soil fresh and to a sort of temperature. But that being said, that is the only sort of the heart of the vineyard that he uses, because of the soil being so nutritious, that he uses to accomplish a great champagne just like Pure.
Voilà. Voilà l'explication de terrain de Parfait.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now basically on the other side of the valley. This is the valley called La Vallée du Rhin, also, which basically means the Queen's Valley. We wanted just to show you this because, again, it's just another peaceful, wonderful, fantastic place right here in the Champagne region. We are invited at some friend's place, and of course there's a lot of champagne present, and families, kids. So, you know, we're gonna do what we do best right here in Champagne, which is eat, drink a lot of champagne, and mingle with the rest of the people. We're gonna be right back in a minute or so, go for a short break, and then we'll talk about Champagne again, France, and much more. Don't go away. All that when My Second Home with Daniel returns.